for the top story tonight. Reaction to all this. Joining us from Phoenix, Arizona, where he's on his 5-day performing tour, Fox News commentator Glenn Beck. Now, I know you talked about this on the radio today, so what's your take on it?
Yeah. Almost exactly the same thing as yours, Bill. It's ridiculous, and in fact, I read your talking points right before we went on the air about an hour ago, and I decided to take your advice, and if you don't mind, I'd like to read the letter that I wrote to Jeffrey Immelt, and I'm sending it to him, to the General Electric Company, 3135 Easton Turnpike, Fairfield, Connecticut. Dear Mr. Immelt, instead of focusing on attacking Bill Oreilly, your journalists should focus on getting their facts right. If I applied the reasoning and rationale of your networks to their natural end, we'd all live in a world where someone couldn't express their opinion against infidelity, because by your network standard, you'd blame that person for every husband who killed their cheating wife. The government couldn't alert a family that a pedophile had moved into a neighborhood, because by your network standard, they would be responsible for someone attacking that sex offender. Your network couldn't say global warming was a danger to the earth, because by your network standard, you'd be responsible every time ELF burned down a housing development or a car dealership. Because you stand by while your network blames an unrelated person's opinion instead of the individual who actually did the crime, you are furthering devaluing the NBC News once proud brand yet again. It's too bad you didn't live in the early 1900s. You would have loved Woodrow Wilson. You should apologize to Bill Oreilly and the American people. The American people in this country deserve better. Glenn Beck.
All right. Now, the Long situation is it's you know, the tragedy, obviously, every American condemns the Tiller murder, every clear-thinking American.
Sure.
You can't have anarchy.
Of course.
But then you have, one day later, Private Long, who is gunned down by a Muslim fanatic. The Muslim fanatic says to the police, hey, America and the military have done all these things to the Muslims. You could easily extrapolate that using NBC's rationale. And again, it's not just MSNBC, it's Brian Williams, it's the whole crew over there. That, hey, NBC News extremely hateful to the United States under the Bush administration, blaming us for everything and anything. You know, this guy Muhammad, he's watching Brian Williams, he takes his gun, he shoots the Private Long dead, it's your fault. Is there any difference that you can see, Beck, between that situation and the Tiller situation?
No, none. And you know what, Bill, we have got to stop doing this to each other. We have got to stop trying to level the playing field for everybody and start looking for villains in everywhere. If it serves us politically, what we need to do is hold those people responsible. But we don't do that in our society. We don't hold the people responsible for AIG responsible. We don't hold the banks responsible. We're not holding GM responsible. We're bailing everybody else out. The only ones responsible for the death of the recruiters and the death of Tiller are the killers. Nobody else. Period.
Now,
we have a society where you can say...
Yeah, we discussed this before. I mean, Fox News is hurting NBC News financially so badly that that's the genesis of this. There are attacks on you, there are attacks on me and other Fox News personnel. It's about money, and that makes it even more heinous, you know?
I don't know if it's just about money because of what we do on the radio. I think General Electric is so deeply in bed with the Obama administration. This is just another way, an early volley on making sure that voices like yours or mine are silenced. And I think it's thinly veiled, and I don't think the American people are going to fall for that.
No, I hope not. It's never been done before in broadcast history. We've never seen this ever, the amount of hatred coming out of NBC and General Electric. Now, you're on your tour, and I understand you're a regular Mark Twain out there, weaving tales for the folks all over the place. Excellent, Beck, you know.
I don't know if Mark Twain would sell a lot of tickets. I don't know if that helps.
Oh, you're not going to run down Mark Twain. He's one of the legend. I just compared you to a legend.
No, we're having a great time. Last night we opened in Denver, sold out house, and tonight we're in Phoenix, and then all over the country. But it's great. It's a lot of fun. And you know what I tell you, Bill? I am sensing a real sense of a responsibility in America. I am sensing real duty in America. I think people came out and they're getting real hard laughs, but in the second half I am telling stories about the founding of America, and they're with it. They're getting it. They're waking up.
All right, Beck. Well, we wish you the best on the tour.